Hello and welcome. This is Chris Pure, and in this recording, we are talking about how manifestation works. We're stepping right into it, how you can use it for yourself, and you will learn a 4-step process to get what you want. So let's start. How does manifestation work? It's a good question, and actually, it's the oldest process in the world that anybody did. The whole world, as we are experiencing her now, is created through the process of manifestation. It's very simple, and what it is the process of manifestation is bringing something from the invisible world into the visible world. And if we go back in time, in ancient times, where people were living in the forest, there were no houses, and they were hunting and finding berries in the forest, and they had no chair, so they were sitting on the ground that was maybe wet and cold, and it was uncomfortable. So they find, I don't like it. We have to find another way. We have to find something new. So they were thinking about it, and step by step slowly arrived ideas how they can solve the problem. And they found wood, and they were sitting on wood, and they were building little mats, and through various steps of failure and trying again, they built a chair, and then they could sit on the chair. They asked, what do you like instead? What do you want? And when they had the chair, they were sitting in the dry, and they were sitting maybe more comfortable, but then was again missing something, a table where they can put the food on, where they can sit together. So they ask again the question, how can we build it? And then they, in a kind of a similar way, they had already the experience from building the chair. They started building a table. And it's a very simple process. Usually it starts that there is missing something, there is a lack of something, and you can look in your life what you don't like. Is it the work? Is it the income? Is it the relationship? Is it the social life? Is it your health? What is it that you don't like? What is missing? And then ask yourself, what do you like instead? What do you want? What is it? Instead of sitting in the cold, wet floor, I like to sit dry. I like to sit comfortable. I like to sit in the warmth. And then, or I like to have anything. If you don't know yet if it is sitting, it can be, I just wanna have a dry ass. And where we focus our attention on, this is what grows. And probably all of us experienced it with either a cell phone or a car or a baby. Let's say you had always an Android and you like to have an iPhone now. And somehow everywhere you're seeing iPhones or a new car. You have this new idea of the new car, and somehow everywhere is the car. You never saw it before. But in the moment where attention gets focused to something, it will grow, and the perceptual filters, how we see the world, they start to adapt to what we focus our attention on. And that's also usually a point where you may realize, oh, there are people out there, they already have what I want. They are living it. they found a way of creating it. So I can do it because they did it. And when you find out how they did it, you get the shortcut to your goal. And then you can step into it. Because, for example, when you are missing money and you like to have more money, let's say you have a income in a month of 1,000 euro and you like to have 10,000. So what are the thoughts that you would think if you would make 10,000 euros or dollars a month? How would you feel? How would you talk? If you would go to the grocery store, would you think, there is not enough, or I have to take care, not buying too much? What kind of thoughts would you think when you have the 10,000 a month? Would you just be happy and buy all the delicious food that you like to have? What kind of feeling does it give you? So this is very important, because where we are of having no chair and where we like to go of having a chair, it's different vibrations, it's different feelings, it's a different experience of the world. And we cannot take the shortcut. We can shorten the journey, but we cannot just manifest it instead, that it's just there. Except in our minds, we can imagine it, we can feel it, we can step into it, how it feels when I already possess it now, when I feel it, that I have it now. And this is one of the most powerful tools of manifestation, that you look either what you like to have or what is missing, what's the problem, what you like to have instead. First step, what is missing? Second step, what do you want? Or you start with the second step, what do you want? What is it that you want? And then your attention gets focused on it, and ideas how you can get it start to appear. And to make it even easier and faster, it's so important to experience it, that you see how you would see yourself, how you would see other people, how you would talk, how you would walk, how you would feel. That's so important. How are you feeling when you have achieved what you like to have? How are you talking to yourself? And then, when you have manifested, the first chair of wooden sticks is built, and then the improving starts. The whole process starts from the beginning. And that's the play. And that's what it makes really easy. Not easy, it makes it really simple. What is missing? What do you want? How do you feel? How do you see yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Experience it 3D with all of your senses as good as possible. And then maybe the fourth and maybe most important step is to crossing the knowing doing gap. So there are a lot of things that we know but don't do. So for example, when the person who is sitting there in the forest on the cold wet floor likes to create the first chair, and he has the idea and he knows how the chair would look and how it feels to sit on it and how it's nice to have it dry and how it would feel, how he would be in contact, how he would be together with other people talking and sharing ideas, and he's seeing it all of it, but does not take action. He's not going out and collecting the wood, trying the first building of a chair, putting the sticks together. But it's in the moment it can be very, very difficult, because you will fail and you have to try again. There are more tries until you have the chair, until it is really comfortable to sit on and to have the perfect chair for yourself. What don't I like? What is missing? What do I want instead? What do you want instead? Focus your intention and experience it 3D with all of your sensory channels: seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching, everything. Maybe even tasting it. And then start acting. When the impulse is there, start doing it. And this is actually the process, how the whole world is built, how the whole world where we are living in, the houses, the heater, the sink, the water bottle, the chair, the table, the laptop, the paper towel, anything is created in this process of bringing the invisible world into the visible world. And you know now how to do it. So sit down for 5 minutes and write down what you don't like or what you want. Experience it 3D with all of your sensory channels. And when the time is there, act on it. Write down action steps that you can do right now to move closer to your goal. And this is how manifestation works.